The digital gold rush is built on a myth. Build a product, launch it, and watch passive income roll in forever. That promise is dissolving. Instead of freedom, the reality of digital products is a constant, high-pressure cycle of content creation. Maintaining a digital storefront demands significant physical and mental energy. You have to micromanage your funnels, maintain daily audience engagement, and stick to a relentless launch schedule just to keep the lights on. The create, market, sell, repeat cycle replicates the same mechanics as the traditional corporate rat race. It simply swaps the office cubicle for a laptop. If you are required to sell every day to ensure you can eat every day, your income is highly active. You are still trading units of your time for units of currency. This is effort-based income. In this model, every dollar earned requires a direct, isolated input of your personal exertion. This creates a precarious situation. If you stop pushing the boulder up the hill, the momentum vanishes and the weight of the business rolls right back over you. Hustle culture attempts to mask this structural flaw by suggesting that exhaustion is a requirement for success. It tells creators that a lack of freedom is merely a lack of grinding. This illustrates the instability of the model. When a business has a single point of failure, the creator, the entire structure remains fragile, regardless of how complex or digital it looks. When a system relies entirely on your isolated energy to survive, you own a demanding job rather than a true business. The top wealth builders don't focus on increasing their workload. They focus on designing systems that operate independently of their physical presence. It's the difference between the daily chore of carrying buckets of water and the upfront investment of building a pipeline. The pipeline requires more initial focus, but it eventually moves the water for you. Effort-based income is linear. 1 unit of energy yields 1 unit of reward. Because your time is capped, your income hits a solid ceiling. But structure-based income works differently. Once established, the system shatters that ceiling and carries the weight of growth itself. This is leverage, the mechanism that allows a small amount of aligned energy to produce a disproportionately large result. Human energy is a finite resource, but well-designed structural leverage scales without requiring more personal time. Hard work is insufficient without the correct financial architecture. You cannot grind your way into wealth if your model is built for linear returns. There is a clear operational divide. Task-oriented work generates temporary paychecks. System-oriented building generates consistent cash flow. To move forward, you must stop micromanaging every daily task and start governing a broader mechanism. This shift from task doer to system architect is the only bridge between the daily hustle and actual residual growth. However, even a perfect structure requires fuel to grow. A solo architect building in isolation eventually hits a new bottleneck: the limit of their own reach and the rising cost of maintaining a complex system alone. To solve this, we replace the solo hustle with community-powered wealth. This relies on network effects. A system becomes more valuable as more people participate in it. An aligned community distributes the weight of the structure. It allows the system to scale its reach across the group, multiplying the harvest for everyone involved. This cooperative model moves away from centralized systems that isolate individuals and concentrate resources at the top. Community-driven systems outperform solo efforts because shared resources create a level of financial momentum that an individual cannot generate or sustain by themselves. You've seen how the solo hustle fails and how structural leverage provides the solution. You don't have to design this architecture from scratch or manage the technical complexities on your own. The next step is to plug into a pre-built ecosystem designed for mutual benefit, which is the core of the cash flow circulation blueprint. Isolation restricts leverage. To find true freedom, you must move your energy off the treadmill and into a community-powered architecture.